Hello, everyone. This is Bill Apter from OneWrestling.com. It is June 24th, 2013. It is a very, very sad day in the world of professional wrestling. One of the all-time greats, one of the legendary pro wrestlers of all time died today. I'm speaking about Jackie Fargo. And I thought today to have a tribute to Jackie Fargo that we would bring in via audio phone some of the people that he helped during their career, some of the people who he loved so very much and they loved him so very much, and to find out what it was that made Jackie Fargo tick, what made him so incredibly fantastic. Let's go right now to those interviews. On the phone with me right now is Stan Lane. Welcome to the Apter Chat, Stan.
Hey, Bill, it's great to talk to you again. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time, and I'm sorry that it's under such sad circumstances today. One of the one of the great legends of wrestling, as you know, has passed away, and he was so instrumental in your career. So, what I'm going to start with is, what was it that made Jackie Fargo tick?
Well, he was a guy that just had the kind of personality. He just radiated excitement and energy. He's the kind of guy that when he walked into a room, you just knew that he was somebody. He just had that kind of persona, that kind of star quality that a lot of people strive for. But Jackie was just a natural for it, and he was a born showman. And he was often imitated but never duplicated. There were so many people who tried to emulate Jackie and do what he did because he was so successful. He was a great in-ring entertainer. I can't even count on both hands how many people tried to do his famous and vaunted Fargo strut.
Oh, nobody could do it like him.
Yeah, exactly. He actually attempted to teach the strut to me and Steve Kern when Steve and I became the Fabulous Ones. Jackie was the Fabulous One, and Jerry Jarrett got me and Steve Kern to be the Fabulous Ones, which was a sort of a continuation of Jackie and Roughhouse Fargo's gimmick.
Yes.
And we spent probably well over an hour in Jackie's house in Nashville, Tennessee. This is probably back in, I want to say, 1981 or 82 when the Fabulous Ones first started. And he was so adamant, you have to do it like this. And Steve and I tried our best, but nobody could ever do it exactly like he could, because he was the originator, not the duplicator, and he was the one and only Jackie Fargo. And he's gone now, and he'll be sorely missed.
Why did he take you and Steve Kern and say that you two guys should carry on the legacy? What did he see in the two of you?
Well, he told Jerry Jarrett that he just saw that, I guess, that quality that he was famous for. I'm sure to a much lesser degree than he had, because like I said, there was only one Jackie Fargo. But I never got the full inside story, but I was told that Jerry Jarrett had several names in mind for that particular gimmick, the Fabulous Ones, and he had to like call up Jackie Fargo and get Jackie's approval on it, and he apparently approved of me and Steve Kern, and the rest, as they say, is history.
I actually remember doing some post photo sets with you when I was back at the Pro Wrestling Illustrated days, and seeing you and Steve posing just like the Fargos, and even doing a little strutting for me as well. So that's magnificent that you two were able to carry on the legacy. If you could write a book about Jackie Fargo that would sum up his career, what would you title that book? Actually, that would sum up his life.
I would title it "The One and Only," because even though so many wrestlers after him attempted to copy him. Like I said before, there was only one Jackie Fargo, and everybody, they say that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And everybody tried to imitate him, but nobody could do it nearly as well as the originator. And he did so many things long before anybody else even thought of doing them. He was a very flamboyant, person. Even back in the 1950s when he first started wrestling, he was an innovator and just one of a kind.
Stan Lane, thank you so very much. Stan Lane remembering Jackie Continuing Fargo. With our tribute to Jackie Fargo on the line right now, former National Wrestling Alliance heavyweight champion, Wildfire Tommy Rich. Welcome to our Jackie Fargo tribute.
Well, thank you, Bill. And it's an honor, it's an honor to be here. I wish it was different circumstances.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So Jackie Fargo was very instrumental in your career. What is it that made Jackie Fargo tick?
Well, you go back in time, you remember Chief Wahoo McDaniel played for the New York Jets, Hollywood Henderson, they were just characters, man. And Jackie was no different. I remember going out to the fairgrounds and watching Jackie Fargo and Roofhouse Fargo and Don Fargo before I ever got into the wrestling business. And, Jackie, he just was one of me person.
What was it when Jackie Fargo saw you for the first time? You walked into the building, he saw you, you're a brand new pro wrestler. What is some of the advice that he gave you that you learned and took through your career?
He said, well, Pally, that was Jackie. Well, Pally, Jackie, he just, he was open to everybody. He was, a rare individual. It's just hard to say. I remember he was part of what made me, I guess he wrestled other places, but I just always remember Jackie Fargo in Nashville, Tennessee, with the blonde hair. And back before country was cool, and Coke was a Coke, Jackie Fargo had blonde hair, and, he just was, he said the Fargo strut, man, and me and my buddies would go out there. I'd go with Eddie Marvin sometimes, and he just was a showman.
Yeah.
He'd say, hey, you puke. He was just that type. He was a character in the world of wrestling. And it was such an honor for me to get into the wrestling business. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
He was very good people. And then Ed Gilbert and me, we come in, Stan Lane and Steve Kerr, they were the original Fabs. Yeah. But Jackie took us and made us, the Fabs. And that was an honor to me, and Eddie too.
Yeah.
He was just a great individual, man. Yeah. If I ever had a question, all I had to do was ask him. And it might not be what the promotion wanted him to tell me, but he would tell me what he thought.
He was always very honest with you. Yeah. If they wrote a book about the life and career of Jackie Fargo and they came to you and they said, Tommy Rich, what's the title of this book? What would you title that book about Jackie Fargo?
One of the greatest wrestlers and rivers in the world of professional wrestling.
Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. So much of your career was spent in the presence of Jackie Fargo. And I'm asking everybody, the first question to start with, what made Jackie Fargo tick?
His personality, his ability to talk, his ability to let the fans gravitate to him. And he talked them into the ring. When you look at some of the greatest wrestlers in the world, Jerry the King Lawler, Hulk Hogan, oh my gosh, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, just to mention a few, handsome Jimmy Valiant, and I'm leaving out a ton more. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, they had that special something. Sometimes it's not just how great you are in the ring, but it's having a personality that people love and people want to come see you, whether you're a heel or a baby face. And I said, that's what Jackie Fargo was about. He had it all.
What is your fondest memory of Jackie Fargo, Jimmy?
Oh, my fondest memory is the first time I was on Memphis Wrestling TV, and Lawler said, look, we're going to have a special handicap match Monday night. You against Jackie Fargo. So I want you to go on TV. I want you to say anything you want to say. Not realizing you got to be careful what you say, right? So yes. I went on TV and I did the one-liners. Oh, Jackie Fargo's so old, the only thing holding him up is his varicose veins. Then I said, his girlfriend is so ugly, she has to sneak up on a mirror to put her makeup on. And everybody laughed, and Lawler patted me on the back because he knew he was setting me up. So he showed those interviews to Fargo. So, brother, when Fargo saw him on Monday night, he goes, Howie, I love those interviews. Well, thank you, Mr. Fargo, because I was just in the business. Buddy, when I got that ring, he turned me into a pretzel. He said, remember one thing, Howie. He said, I know Lawler put you up to it. But he said, remember, never say anybody's old, never say anybody's bald, and never say anybody's overweight or out of shape. Because he said, you need to sell tickets, and always remember that. And he knew Lawler set me up, though.
What was the last time you saw or talked to Jackie?
I want to say I was in Memphis, but I had gone through the Carolinas up there, and I found out I was in one of the towns he was in, and I found a little restaurant, that bar restaurant that he was in, that he had, and I went by to see him then. I sure did.
Jimmy, what if you could, if they wrote a book about Jackie Fargo, about his life and his career, and they gave you the job to title it, what would the title of the book be?
It would be Championship Belts are won and lost, but legends last forever.
Fantastic. Jimmy Hart, thank you so very much. Remembering Jackie. Hello, everyone. This is Bill Apter at OneWrestling.com. We are back with our tribute to Jackie Fargo. On the line right now, one of the members of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. Welcome to the Apter chat and our Jackie Fargo tribute.
Well, Bill, thank you. It's a great pleasure for you to have me on your show.
Well, we go a long way back, and I know how much Jackie Fargo meant to you as well. What was it that made Jackie Fargo tick?
Well, you got to understand, Bill, back when I was just a kid, traveling with my dad and wanting to be the wrestler, down south, Jackie Fargo, that's what they call him, the fabulous one. He was the greatest one over. But, you got to understand back then, Jackie Fargo was first one back then, I guess, really to have the blonde hair, they call it today the flare strut, but it was called the Fargo strut when I grew up.
Right.
The white boots, the colorful tights. That was what Jackie was known for. Not only that, you had the fabulous Fargo brothers, which included Sonny and Don Fargo, which traveled all over the world. They made a debut in WWF years and years ago when Vic Sr. had it. But you got to understand, Jackie Fargo, man, he was, that's who Jerry the King Lawler learned from. Jackie had the best strategy, best ring psychology ever in the ring. One of the greatest guys in the world to be around with. I grew up with him. I guess you could say he kind of raised me in this business. Not only me, but a lot of great wrestlers that's in this business. Jackie Fargo, buddy, I don't know if you know this or not, but before Jerry Lawler, he was the king of Memphis.
Yeah.
He passed the crown down to Lawler.
Yes, we do know that. Tell us about the first time you met him.
Well, the first time I met him, I was just a kid, understand me. At that time, the business was a lot different, a lot sacred. But just to watch him get in the ring and to watch him, back then it didn't have music. And then watch him come out of the dressing room. Jackie didn't do this. He did the strut all the way to the ring. The fans, absolutely adored him. As a matter of fact, I just did a show with him not long ago in Memphis, Tennessee. They had all these wrestlers there. Some of the biggest names you could ever imagine. But when they introduced Jackie Fargo, and he walked out that door doing the strut, being the age that he is, the roof completely came off the building. Nobody forgot him. Everybody remembered him. Jackie Fargo doing the Fargo strut.
If they wrote a book about the life and career of Jackie Fargo, and they brought that book to you and they said, Ricky Morton, what should we title this book? What would you say?
about Jackie Fargo.
Yeah.
Bill, words cannot explain it. One of the great pioneers, one of the truest professors in our business. And Jackie Fargo, the promoters back then, Jackie wasn't nothing but pure gold.
All
It
right.
was the money that carried the territory. He was the guy that worked with all the hills. Jackie Fargo, even when I was a kid, I remember used to be saying, Jackie Fargo's got a big Cadillac with big golden dollar bills on the dashboard, but I don't know if none of that was true. But everybody talked about it. It's the greatest experience, one of my first ones to really see what was over in this business. I never forget him. Jackie was a true friend of mine, and he'd be missed in the wrestling world forever.